Right, here we are, back again. I've refretted the guitar. I'll show you in a minute. In fact, I'll zoom in now, you can have a look. Now, they're only in at the moment. They haven't been cut or anything yet, cut to size. There you go. Now, I was going to glue these in, and I put the first one in, this end. I used my fret press. It didn't need gluing in. They went in. They're really tight. They went in. So I thought I'd try without glue. They went so beautiful. Even the one where I widened the slot, they've just all got in absolutely beautiful. So all I've got to do now, I've got my cutters where I overlap each side. I've cut the backs off. I get it as flush to the fretboard as I can without digging into the fretboard, and I've got a few to do now. So I'm going to show you how I go on about that. I'm going to zoom in again. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. There you go. So what I do is I take my nippers, my cutters here, and I'm just going to take it up to the fretboard. I'm going to nip as close to the fretboard as I can. I'll bring the camera in a minute and show you. In fact, I'll bring it in now. Bear with me. Right, we're back. I've turned the camera around and I've brought us in to the fretboard so I can just show you. There you go. I've got a couple to do here, look. A couple here. All I'm going to do is nip these ends off here. That's that. Now I've got all the frets in, the whole lot. They're all in, they're all sat beautiful, they're all nice. The thing is now, they're not level. On the tops, we've all got in flat, we've all got in straight. What I need to do is now, I'm going to level them all off. Now, I've already done videos actually, but so I'm not going to explain it just here right now. A couple of things I've got to do now. I've got to file all down the edges of these. So I'll show you how I do that in a minute. Then I've got to bring the edges over at an angle. I'll show you how I do that in a minute. Then I've got to level all the frets. Plus I've got to fill in some of these where the dot markers were. Just got to recolour them in white and gloss them over. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the frets. Now this is a fret beveling file, this one. We've got two angles here. We've got a 90-degree angle there, and we've got a 30-degree angle there. Now what we do is, we take the 90-degree and we run it across all the frets. Takes a while to get going, but you will get there, and it doesn't take long. Nice and steady. You get the idea. That's how I do that. I'm going to bring it all to the edge, and once I've brought it to the edge, I'll go over with the angle, and I'll roll the edges of the frets in. So you get the idea with that. I'm not going to show it right now, but let me just zoom in there and you'll just get a bit of a closer look. First I go at 90 degrees like so. Nice and steady. You don't have to go like a loony. And then we'd go over. Once we've got right into the edge, we're very, very close here, and we come over to the angle. This takes all the hard work out of beveling the edges. Now these are still a bit of an overlap here, so what I'll do is I'll still go again with the 90. This will take me, not take me long. What I want to do is I want to get these right flush, because you don't want your fingers sticking in your fingers when you're going up and down the fretboard playing. They're pretty good actually. I'm going to blob on with this. So as you can see, making really good progress today. It's not a difficult job. Once you've done it a few times, it's quite easy. Like any job, any guitar job, you've got to take your time with it. Guitar is someone's treasure. So when you're working on them, you've got to treat it like it's your own. I do actually. I work on this as if it's my own guitar. In fact, better than it. No, probably better than that. Because when on my own guitar, I tend to cut corners a bit sometimes. Like I refretted my Les Paul, which is a brilliant job. But I take a bit more care on other people's guitars because you know some of these guitars are worth a lot of money, and at the end of the day, you know I'm responsible for it. So I'm going to blob on with this now. It's getting late in the day. I don't know what time it is. It must be about it's late afternoon, mid afternoon at 3, 4 o'clock. I don't know. So I'm going to blob on with this. I'll come back when I've got these frets done. I've got all the edges beveled and I've levelled it all off, and I'll get an update again later. Good stuff. Right, my refret is done. I'm absolutely over the moon with how it's gone. I've levelled, now I've got the frets in earlier, I've levelled them, I've crowned them and I've polished them, and I'll show you, I'll just zoom in. It's just come out really well. Just to show we're level here, look. I've got my neck totally level there. And the frets, I've got no rock anywhere. I go all along the fretboard here. Nothing. No rock whatsoever. I'm really pleased with how it's gone. You can take my word for it, but there's no rock anywhere. I've already checked it. I've checked it a couple of times. Now I'll zoom back out. Really pleased. Now I've just talked to Steve on the phone. I decided I wanted to stain this fretboard because it's red and it just matches the guitar, which is great, but I've decided I'm going to stain it. I'm going to stain it ebony to get a darkness. It'll contrast the guitar. It'll look mint dark, so I'm going to stain it tonight. And then I've just got to check a couple of these inlays, just sand these down, and that'll be it. Tomorrow I've got all day. Well, I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I'm going out as well, but I'll have all day to do the electrics and get all the bits back on. I'll show different angles of each frets. I'm just over the moon with that. It's brilliant. It's the best fret job I've done, and it was really not that difficult at all. I'll get back to you soon. Right, good morning. It's about 8 o'clock Saturday morning. You might wonder what I'm doing stood behind this guitar headstock here with no shirt on. Well, I've just got. I've been up long. I'm not dressed yet. I'm not going to show you the full view of me in my pants because you probably really don't want to see it. But what I'm doing is, I've took, as you can see today with the guitar, I'm going to finish it off today. The fret job went brilliant. I've also stained the fretboard. That looks brilliant. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm looking here at the headstock here, and where we had to rub some of, because I filled a lot of these holes, well I filled all these holes in, and where I rubbed it back down we've lost a lot of paint there. So what I'm going to do is going to show you a trick to how I can get it looking, you know, pretty much how it was. Not bang on, but what I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do with these here, that come to where the woods come through, I'm just going to take a red marker pen, I'm going to colour it in, I'm going to let it dry, which I've done this side, look you can see. Now it's not a perfect match, but it's a lot better. Take a red marker pen, I'll colour this in, and once the red marker's dried I'll go over with a little bit of ebony stain. I'm going to show you how I get on with that. So, really simple job, really cheap. Just a regular red marker. I'm going to come around this way. Just be easier. Colour it in. All over it. Look at that. We're there. What I'll do is it's not an ideal solution, but it's better than leaving it as it was. So all I do there is I take the rag I've been using to put on my wood stain, and I'm just going to gently rub where I've already done on this side. I'm going to let this dry a little. I'm going to take a little wood stain. Bought this yesterday. It's Rustin's wood dye. Expensive little number, this one, £5, but you know, get a lot of use out of this. And all I'm going to do is get a little dab. I've already shut the tin. I'm just going to like rub over there like that. I'll let that dry, and then I'll be ready for putting on the brand new tuners. That, to me, looks the part. Right, hello. Saturday today. It's late Saturday afternoon. It's about 4:30, something like that. I've been really busy today. I've had to go out. I've been out all morning, and I didn't get back in till about 3:30. And I got sat watching the football, and I thought, I've got a guitar to do downstairs. It's got to be done for tomorrow. So what I've decided to do is sod football. I'm on it. So I'm not going to fuck about today. I should say I'm not going to faff about. I shouldn't be swearing. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on with the jobs I've written to help me along. I've written down all the jobs I've got to do today and the order I've got to do them in. And the first thing to do is to get the tuners back on. So I've got my guitar. It's not strapped up now. It's just upside down. I got originally this would have had clues on vintage tuners. So I've gone and bought. We went and got vintage tuners for it. Clues on vintage tuners for it. With clues on. I'll tell you what they are. I'll go and get them. I'll get them out of the box. Clues on, that's it. Clues on Deluxe. Clues on Deluxe vintage tuners. So I'm going to blob on because I ain't got time to keep explaining stuff and get stuff done. So I'm not really going to explain a lot. There's not a lot to explain. I'm just going to bang these tuners on. They can only be able to fit one way. Now you see, I'll just zoom in here. This was a right mess. It might look a bit messy now, but like I say, I coloured this in just with felt tip to cover all the blonde bits which have been sanded out, because I filled a lot of holes in here. And then I went over it with the ebony wood stain. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bang these on. I'm going to put new holes in, new screw holes. What I've got to do is I've got to turn the guitar upside down first and get the bushes in. So I'm going to do that. I'm not really going to talk. I'm going to just get on with it. There we go. Hopefully these bushes will go straight in. Oh, we have to squeeze them in. These look great. I might have to hammer a couple in, but I'll get on that case in a minute. Right, they're tight. Maybe I should have greased them up. We've got ways. I'll just get an hammer on these. So the bushings are in pretty, a bit tight. We're all seated in there. There you go, no problem at all. We're all in. We're not going to cause them any damage because rubbery plastic hammer type thing. So that's it. They're in. Right, and there you go. They're in. Just zoom in there. Nice, steady, easy job. We've now got the clues on vintage deluxe tuners in there. And there you go. It should look beautiful. Like I say, I'm not going to be faffing today. You can see them there. Beautiful. You can't even see where I sanded all the wood off. It were all blonde there. Great job. It's amazing what you can do with marker pen and a little bit of ebony stain. Brilliant stuff. Really, really pleased with them. So that's them in. The next job is going to be, I'm going to put the pickups in. So I'm going to move it over now to my other bench. So I'm going to stop this video, get the guitar set up. I can get the pickups put in, and I'm going to look at getting the electrics done. So I'm going to a couple of minutes, get prepared, get my soldering iron out, blah blah blah. I'll get set up on my other table, and that'll be that. Back shortly. Right, it's blobbing on a bit now. Saturday evening. Been texting Steve, letting him know the progress of this guitar. As you can see, pickups are in, no problem. I've just soldered the pickups into the loom and tried them out. It'd be great. I'm going to show you. Well, I've got it plugged out. Basically, I've got to go straight into my amp, my valve amp, my Bulgara. We'll turn it on. And there you go. You might hear a bit of scratching because it's not all earth. It's not earthed or anything yet, but show you where we are. Right, at the moment, I've got it on both pickups. I've got it in the middle, so both should be on. Now let's just bring you in here. I'll take you through it. Right, on. Now we've got a blend doofus here, which turns this pickup up or down. So it turns it right down. This one stays the same volume. So that's a blend knob there. So we're in. Now this in this position, it should be just this pickup, not that. So let's have a look. Off, on, both on. Get the blend pot in there. On. This should be just bridge pickup off, neck pickup on, off, on. So that's been wiring in. I can unplug this. We know it's all working. I'm just gonna bring this around. I'm gonna show you the loom. There you go. I've just wired the pickups in here. I've got a three-way there. These are all brilliant. These are CTS pots. These are CTS vintage pots, more expensive than your conventional ones. We've got 500Ks and 250Ks. It looks like here. The tone pots are 500K, the blend pots 500K. No, the volume pots are 500K, the blend pots 500K, the two tone pots are 250K. Got big chunky capacitors in there, as you would have had on the original Rickenbacker. So we're all in. So all I've got to do now is, I've got the earth wire, I've got to drill a hole in here for the earth wire, let's go under the bridge, that'll be earth to the bridge. And I've got to put this through the hole and get the input jack on there. So that's it. So basically what I've got to do now is I've got to pick us wiring, I've got to put that all together, get the input jack sorted out and start getting the bridge on and the tremolo block and everything, and then we can get it restrung later. So blob on, let's do it. Right, because it's Saturday night, it's Saturday evening now, Steve's coming for the guitar tomorrow. I'm doing the finishing touches at the moment, but because of the fading light outside, I'm in front of me. I don't like doing videos under artificial light, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you where I'm at with the guitar right now. There's a couple of things I've got to do. What I've got left to do is, I've got file the nut at the neck end for the strings, obviously, because it's a bit taller than it wants to be, and I've got to string it. That's it. Everything else is on. I've put the bridge on. I've got a job. The new bridge, the Rickenbacker one, which is here. I need to cut grooves for the strings, which I've not marked out yet. Now luckily I'll be back from church tomorrow I'll be back from 1 o'clock, and Steve's coming at 4 to pick the guitar up, so that'll give me 3 hours. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the guitar tonight. I'm going to do more work on it tonight. Like this for instance, I'll get that done. But I'm going to show you where I am with the guitar right now. Everything's back on it, the pickups are on, the electrics are in. I've got the scratch plates back on, I've got the bridge on, I've got the new tremolo. I don't like the tremolo at all. And I'm just going to show you where I am with the guitar, because it's looking really good. Bear with. Right, so I'll show you. And there she is. I think you'll agree. I know the light's not brilliant, but I think you'll agree she's looking absolutely brilliant. I'm going to come over here. Right, here you go. The pickups are in. This is the new bridge. That is not the actual official Rickenbacker bridge. That's a 15 quid copper, which I think is just as good as a Rickenbacker. This has got the cover on, which is removable. Now the bridge I'm going to be using is the real Rickenbacker one, which is here. That came just like that. No cover, no base plate, no nothing. That on its own, that was 70 quid. This one, the copper, was 15 quid with a cover and everything. And they're just interchangeable. Now what I'm going to do is, obviously I'm going to stick the original on. So there's a guitar I've put on. There's a tremolo, which Steve didn't have a tremolo when he bought the guitar to me. So we've had to buy that, and we bought the nut. It's got a washer under there. I've polished this up. It ain't come out that brilliant, but it's not bad. So I'm going to show you. There you go, look at that. She's looking brilliant. Once I've got strings on, we're going to be there. I've got a couple of things to do. Like the nut, for instance, it's massive. I'll cut that down, get it to the right height. And I've got to put this plate on. I've got my new clues on tuners here, and the best thing, my favourite, is the frets. The job I've done on the frets. I don't know how much detail we can get in there, but if I come across here, you see, they're all beveled, look. I've got beveled edges. They're perfectly level all along. They're all well seated. And I've also stained the fingerboard. It was really red when I got it, and I thought it was too red. It looks almost orangey pink. And I thought, once I've sanded that down, I took some off, I'm going to stain it, and it really sets it off. So tomorrow, I'll do my last video tomorrow. I'll have it all set up, I'll have the strings on. As it is, it's a working guitar right now, just wants the strings putting on, and that's it. I've got a couple of things to do, like I said, I've got the nut to do, and I've got to cut the grooves in the saddles there, then we can string it up. And I'll explain what I've done to it tomorrow. But yeah, that'll be it. So, put the camera back on here. For tonight, that is it. You know, it's about, I don't know what time it is, about 8 o'clock I imagine. The light's just starting to just fail now. So I might just clock off. I don't really want to leave this till tomorrow, so I'm probably going to do a bit more work on it, but I'll not be doing a video. I'll do a final video tomorrow. So I'll talk to you soon.